Day, I took my first ever lap on Siren's Curse, Cedar Point's brand new Vekoma tilt coaster that just opened at the park in 2025. So, let's get into a review. So, Siren's Curse really is a great ride. Sure, it's like small. It's only 160 feet. It's only slightly taller than Ruru, and not even half the height of Top Thrill 2. But it's still absolutely amazing. That tilt track is amazing. Like, I love how cool the dangling effect is on the on when you're like, and you can't see the end of the track when you're sitting in the front row until it locks in with a drop, and that tilt is just absolutely incredible. And frankly, I have always been a fan of Vekoma tilt coasters, even though I still haven't ridden any other one except for Siren's Curse. But it's still overall a really great coaster. I enjoy the whippiness. It does have a lot of whip, and it actually has a shocking amount of airtime. And yeah, I would place Siren's Curse in my number two position in Cedar Point, behind Top Thrill 2, but ahead of Vengeance and Maverick. Only because I feel like Steel Vengeance is kind of overrated and the lap bars are not the best. And honestly, the same with Maverick. They're both great coasters, but I just think that their restraints kind of hinder the ride experience. So yeah, there's my placement of Siren's Curse in Cedar Point's rankings. And on a scale of 1 to 10, what would I give Siren's Curse? I would give Siren's Curse an 8 out of 10. It is kind of a short ride, but the whippiness and that freaking awesome tilt track makes it worth it. So, also, a lot of people don't know this, but Siren's Curse was originally supposed to go to Energylandia in Poland, but they ended up canceling that project, and Six Flags bought it and shipped it to Six Flags Mexico in Mexico City. But due to an environmental problem or something, they couldn't build it. So I guess the company thought it was most logical to send it to Cedar Point. I do think it should have ended up at Kings Island. I know Kings Island is my home park and I'm a bit biased of it, but still, Kings Island's a fantastic park, and I think it would have done Siren's Curse well. But it ended up going to Cedar Point. They shimmied it in between Valraven and Millennium Force across from Iron Dragon. So yeah, it does look good in the park skyline, even though it's very small and you can hardly see it from outside the park. But yeah, it's still really cool, and I'm glad that Siren's Curse exists and that it didn't go to Energylandia, because I don't know when I'm gonna get there, if I'm gonna get there in my life. So, but Cedar Point is my second home park. I only live 3.5 hours away from it, so I go up all the time. And yeah, I'm really glad to have it. And I've only ridden Siren's Curse once, and my first ride was in the front row, and I absolutely loved it. However, next time I am gonna try the back row to see which one I like more. So yeah, if you guys have ridden Siren's Curse and have any thoughts about it, let me know in the comments down below. But I guess that's gonna wrap up today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to hit that like button, subscribe if you're not already, and if you enjoyed this video. And I'll see you guys later. Peace.